I don't know how controversial this opinion is anymore, but I'm just going to say it straight out the gate. Solar Opposites is better than Rick and Morty. There's a lot to like about Rick and Morty. There's a lot that I like about Rick and Morty that everyone likes, but god damn, man, sometimes I just want a fun sci-fi cartoon with lasers and robots and shit. Yes, I appreciate the depth of the characters in Rick and Morty and the cleverness of the sci-fi plots, but it's also a real bring down.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to the club, pal.
And yeah, I get that's what they're going for. And what is life without the yin to the yang? Sure, all that great, but me personally, I prefer my cartoons to be fun.
Guys, we have a big problem that Jessie caused.
We grew flowers on our heads. We know it's a puberty thing and that we're turning into adults.
What's puberty?
You know when humans grow hair and bleed out of their penises and stuff?
Oh, that's awful.
You're not a human. You don't get to have a puberty. You grow into our size and then eventually turn into a wise old tree. And if you're lucky, someone uses your body to build a house. This is just fungus you get from not washing your hands.
You gotta wash those hands.
It's fine as long as you didn't let your pollens mix and infect anyone, all right? The only way to stop this infection is to inject the serum under their skin, but we can't let them bite us or we'll turn crazy too, which is why we have to use these emergency medical weapons.
We get to cut people up.
It doesn't hurt them. The cuts all heal themselves because of the sci-fi goo the blades emit.
Lame.
This is why I wanted to make this video. Solar Opposites is a nice break from the weightiness of high-concept sci-fi, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer in, and I'm a bigger believer in strong, expansive narratives, but I don't feel like Rick and Morty is anymore. Like, how much of Season 4 of Rick and Morty really tied into the story of that show? And how much of it was just sci-fi concepts thrown against the wall to see which one sticks? But let's be positive. I like to be positive, so let's be positive. What do I like about Solar Opposites? I like a lot of it, but what I like the most is the wall.
I like humans, but I hate shoes. Like, how are we supposed to taste the ground?
I don't know. They don't flavor their ground either.
Weird, right?
Oh. Hey, what's going on here? Where are we? What is this? What is this? What the hell is happening? Oh my god. What is this place? Wait, what? Where are you going?
Anyone but here!
Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me!
Empty your pockets.
Hey, wait! Hey, I don't belong here. Two little aliens just shrank me down for no reason. I'm just a regular guy. I didn't do anything to anybody.
More taffy bandits will be arriving soon, and the Gum Boys move south at night, and we don't want to be anywhere near here when they meet.
Why are they called Gum Boys?
They love gum.
The Wall is a subplot, a B-story, sci-fi concept, action movie homage that runs through the entire first season of Solar Opposites. When shows do an A and a B story, it's because they think the main premise isn't strong enough.
Gets kinda hazy after that.
Why did A Vision of My Future include a story about Homer and Lincoln's gold?
I guess the spirits thought the main vision was a little thin. Anyway, the point is...
But the good thing about Solar Opposites is that the A story is just, we're aliens on Earth. You know what that storyline's going to be, so here's a show within a show to keep things interesting. Like the episode where Kovo uses science to do magic, that's nothing new. It's been done before. It's even been done in Rick and Morty.
Have you acquired creepy specific old stuff from a mysterious antique or thrift store that gives you powers but fucks with you in unforeseeable ways? Bring it to Curse Purge Plus! I use science to uncurse the items for cash, and you get to keep the powers.
But it's still entertaining. It's still fun. The Wall story is just there to give you a sense of an ongoing narrative. And I don't want to sound like I don't appreciate the main plot of Solar Opposites, which is aliens are trying to repair their ship so they can get off the planet before the little pooper that they're raising matures and possibly destroys the place. Like that's fine with me. It doesn't shift too much of the narrative focus onto the pooper and what's going to happen when it matures, but there's enough there to keep you interested, and it also gives you another character to generate some storylines. In the show, you have 4 main characters, 5 with the pooper, but he doesn't talk a lot, so I don't know if you want to class him as something...
My sweet
Mother. Now that I remember her face, I'll be able to find her when I'm in heaven. I can die now knowing that everything will be okay. Oh, thank you. There has to be some way I can repay you for this.
In my kitchen, there's a cabinet with a childproof lock. Inside are 2 AA batteries and a Harry Potter whistle. Get them for me.
You want batteries?
And a Harry Potter whistle.
There's 5 characters. There's 5 characters and there's an A and a B plot. Now, in a normal show, whatever the adult characters, the main characters, Corvo and Terry, would be doing would be the A plot. Whatever the kids are doing would be the B plot. And whatever the non-speaking character is doing would be the C plot. These occasional side quests. And then you've got what I consider the B plot because it has a stronger narrative focus of the wall there as well. So that's technically 4 plot lines per episode. A juggling act that's so difficult to do that sometimes they'll just write a character off.
Wow, I just had the craziest week.
Oh, yeah, you weren't around. What were you doing this whole time?
I accidentally let hundreds of koalas out of the zoo and then spent a ton of time rounding them all up.
The zoo has the capacity to house hundreds of koalas?
Yeah, they were running all over town. I had to coax them with didgeridoos. It was on the news. Like, you didn't see any of that? Okay.
This is where a lot of shows have problems these days. Like American Dad is a good example of this. There's a sweet spot around season 4 to 6 where there's 7 characters and they all get time to shine, but that juggling act goes very wrong and those balls hit the ground very firmly in season 7 onwards. And not only do they lose sense of what those characters are there to do individually, they lose sense of any narrative purpose for the show existing at all. The Wall storyline in Solar Opposites ironically holds up the whole show, so much so that it gets its own episode where the main characters just become a background gag. And I would usually rant about that. You should never take that much focus away from your main characters, because how interesting can they be if you're going to shift that much focus away, right? But it works in Solar Opposites. It works because the stakes are still there in the B story, in the Wall story. Not to say that there aren't stakes in the main story, it's just that the main story, like Rick and Morty, is so all over the place sci-fi concept-wise, that there's not much to grab onto there. Rick and Morty can get away with that, with the human story at the center of it, but that human story at the center of Rick and Morty is such a bleak one, man. It's a sad story about sad people with trust issues and alcohol dependency and crippling loneliness. The Wall is a story within the story, is entertaining and engaging to see what's going to happen next. The main story of the aliens on Earth is just fun to watch. So you've got an engaging story and a fun story in one, and Jesus Christ, do we not need more of that these days and less of let's all feel sad about how hopeless life is? That's not a great take on this. I know that. I just wanted to make sure more people are aware of this show because it is a lot of fun. I think it's going to get better with time too. And I guess we'll all see. And I guess I'll see you next time. In the meantime, check out these other videos.